Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hustler, and this is Hollow One Madness. I love me some Hollow One, and I haven't got a chance to play with it yet in Modern, and finally get that opportunity because the right shell came along. It's pretty great. It's a faithless looting deck, along with a lot of this other great stuff. So we're going to just throw these Bloodghasts into our graveyard here. Pretty strong. Alright, so go ahead and pass here. That's not a bad turn one. We do need to find land. That's the issue here, right? We have a Street Wraith, so we have two shots at it, but we need to find land. But yeah, the idea is to discard a bunch of cards, play Hollow Ones. And I've had games where, and you saw it, right? If you watched the last match, you just play Burning Inquiry on turn 1 and play out a bunch of Hollow Ones. You get a bunch of Bloodghasts on turn 2, and you just spam a lot of power into the board very, very quickly. Uh-oh. Well, then. Okay, that's pretty rough. I won't lie. Land? Land? All right. That's a start. Okay, so let's go ahead and cycle this thing. Well, maybe not. So the benefit to cycling it is that we might get a Faithless Looting or something, which would obviously be the best. Alternatively, it draws us a card later and triggers the Flameblade Adept. So, and we can just play Flameblade Adept land this turn. I think that's what I'm in. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's correct here. Now, our opponent's not even necessarily priced into blowing up the relic, because once we get our Bloodghast back, we've kind of got our value. Obviously, the Gurmag Angler is going to rot in our hand this game, but that sort of is what it is. Okay. I could also just play land, play blue, and have 3 Bloodghasts in play. That might be slightly better. All right. I think the most mana efficient thing to do here is just play the 3rd Bloodghast. And hey, it's turn 2, we have 6 power in play. I guess that's okay. So our opponent has this turn 1 relic. It's pretty funny when you turn 1 relic can't stop the Bloodghast engine. Alright, so, but conversely, these Bloodghasts need to go the distance for us because that's about all we got going on. Not sure what our opponent's up to, by the way, with Basic Swamp Relic Virginitas. So, it's going to be an interesting one. You could definitely have some pretty good cards against me. I can think of some cards I don't want to see laid right now. Any discard effect isn't great for us. Not the end of the world, but not great. That would have been a reason to play the Flameblade Adept, I guess, is if we got Inquisitioned or something, then you pitch a Bloodghast, but then you would have to pop the relic to get rid of it. So that's a corner case, I'm sure, but something to consider. Not really sure what's up right now, though. I mean, I'm actually at a loss. I don't know what Swamp Relic means. That's for sure. Not a deck and I know most modern decks are. It's blue-black Swamp, huh? Okay, blue-black Relic. With nothing happening. Alright, there's a Lightning Bolt. Alright. Well, first things first, let's attack for 6. I mean, 3 Bloodghasts on turn 2 is pretty good, and the truth is we need them to be pretty good here. Alright, go ahead and play the Flameblade Adept. Wouldn't be surprised to see it get remanded or mana leaked or something here. That resolved, though. Alright. Instep Thought Scour. Okay. Milling us. Is it a mill deck? Is it a mill deck that just... Well, I don't know why you play Thought Scour. Alright, push our Flameblade Adept. Fair enough. Not sure what our opponent's up to exactly. Hard to say. Where are these lands from? Shadows over Innistrad? Those are kind of cool. It's a nice looking island. Ooh. Alright, so it's some sort of Eldrazi deck. Are we getting Thought Knotted? We're getting Wasteland Strangled. That's pretty rough. Yuck. And we certainly have cards in exile, that's for sure. Alright, so I think I want to draw land here. Well, looks like he's going to hold up the Relic, as he should. Wasteland Strangler is a great way to get back in the game. Particularly Wasteland Strangler with Relic mana still open. Alright, there goes the Relic. Reunion, huh? Okay. So, options. I could Reunion. I could go land Reunion, discard Bolt and Angler to or discard Temper and Bolt. Madness the Temper on the Strangler. Attack for 4. I think I like that line. That leaves Angler in hand. So yeah, I mean the thing here is, you know, we're not getting the blood gas trigger or whatever, I guess, but we are. It doesn't matter because we're attacking. It's even better because we get to attack with the blood gas, and we got a little bit of value out of the madness on the temper. So we get rid of the Strangler. We hit a land drop. We get to refill our hand a little bit, and we get to set up the Gurmag Angler. And now we might even get to repeat the same line here with Cathartic Reunion, Fiery Temper. It's an interesting game. That Wasteland Strangler is very good against us, but we did about as good as you can do getting through it. Alright, so this is 5 mana. 5 mana Eldrazi is coming down the line here. I don't know how vampires match up against Eldrazi. Probably not well. Zombie fish, though. Let's talk about zombie fish. It's a big mouth. It's just all this card is. It's a mouth. I don't even know what makes it. It's not even a zombie. It's just a mouth. Blight Herder. Oh, this is old school Eldrazi right here. Processor Eldrazi. Okay. Yeah, it's turns out making 1/1 silence against us is pretty good. Oh no, that's so many. There's a land. All right. Well, if we have land, you must attack, I guess. Not really getting much in here. Maybe eating 1 Eldrazi up. But it is free, so... Alright. Let's see what we want to do here. We've got some options. Okay, so... Oh, this is actually perfect. I can Reunion... Yeah, okay. Oh, this might be great, actually. As a matter of fact, our Reunion, discard Adept, Temper, Madness of Temper onto the Herder. Get rid of the Herder. Play Gurmag Angler. Alright, so we need exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really think it matters what we exile, but... Okay, well, that's not so bad, I guess. This is a weird game, like I said, but we're getting about as much use out of Fiery Temper as I've ever seen in Modern. This card's so strong, yet it didn't really do much in Standard. Thoughtseize. Well, have fun with that. I actually don't care what you take. Take the Inquiry, we're casting an Angler. Take the Angler, we're going to Inquiry, and who knows what'll happen. And it's probably going to be good for me regardless, so... Either way, it's taking a turn off from Giant Eldrazi, and we get to crash in with the Gurmag Angler, and we have land to bring back this podcast. I don't know how I feel about this matchup. If we can make it out of game 1, getting to game 2 and 3 here with against main deck relics and all these scions and stuff. But I think we might be able to eke this game out. The Angler's good here, and the Thoughtseize here is not that bad for us. Takes the Angler, okay. And what comes down? Is it another another Blight Herder? Oh gosh, there's a bigger. It's a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it the Endbringer? Is the end being brought? Oh no, it's a Drowner. Drowner's so good. What is a hollow one? Options. Just attack with the Drowner. I guess the first thing we do is go to combat. See if he taps anything down with his Scions. Alright. Alright, then I'm definitely getting in with the Drowner, the Angler, rather. The question is, do I want to attack with the Bloodghast? Maybe it gets a trade. Maybe I get him for damage. It then means I use the land to get him back, and the Inquiry's slightly worse. I think that's fine. It's also possible I just Inquiry anyways. Oh, this is fine with me. Oh, all right. I'd like that trade to be made. I'd say it's also possible I just Inquiry anyways. I mean, we probably draw land, so. And now there's only one gun. I definitely do that. Okay. Well, I guess we get to play this game again. We are going to Inquiry. Oh, our opponent has Delay in their deck. Oh, our opponent's like a sweet. Blue-black Eldrazi. All right, so hopefully we discard this Fiery Temper so we can get the Drowner. All right, good. These hands are just working out for us here. Sweet lands. All right, so we get to eat the Drowner, and we get to play another Angler. This has been pretty great. All right, so 1, 2, I don't think it matters. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and Delve. Yeah, my opponent says, man, that's good. I wanted to keep my Relic. Yeah, this has been pretty nuts. These Burning Inquiries are just going off. Let's see if our opponent drew another Drowner. It's kind of looking that way. But the Drowners are getting worse now that we're upgrading our Bloodghast into Anglers. It is another Drowner. All right, well, I wish we had a Faithless Looting or something here, but this is still fine. Our opponent had Delay land or something. Oh, he had a Relic in there, I see. Oh, well, like I said, Faithless Looting, Okay, well, we'll swing with the team here. Opponent let me attack too. I guess it's the same thing. Oh, he actually wants to trade. All right. That's fine. So this looting doesn't do much this turn, but it will next turn. Of course, unless we drew, obviously, a Madness spell or whatever. But I think it's good to have, period. All right, so we still have an Angler. Our opponent does have 3 cards in hand and a couple Scions left around. But we get a loot, so we're going to get to try to crank the engine back up next turn. Gosh, Blight Herder. These processors don't stop. Come on. It's just Scion hordes out here. And now he can actually take out our Angler. He's going to just grind us out with 1/1 value. Although we do likely to get back some Bloodghast with haste here, which taxes him a little bit. Alright, so we're going to cycle the Street Wraith. Does that matter? Is there something we're going to draw that's better? Yeah, we could draw like another. That's fine. Okay, well, that's not great. Alright, so it doesn't really. Alright, so we're going to Faithless Looting here. See what we can do. Hopefully hit some Madness cards. That's a couple land. I guess we'll discard these 2 lands. All right, well, let's get some Bloodghasts back. All Alright, so our opponent has 9 at the most here, so our opponent can't kill us, so we just go ahead and crash on in. I think we're going to lose our angler here, though, which isn't great. Our opponent has 1 card left in hand, and what that card is probably going to matter. Now, we do have a Faithless Looting in the graveyard to get back. This is tough for our opponent. He can either throw, you know, the Blight Herder and a Scion in front of the angler to trade, or he can just chump and actually try to crack back at us while keeping chump blocks back, which is like what he might be opting to do. And honestly, that's a pretty good strategy. I think this is similar to the line I would take if I was him. Well, that's not a great sign. It's 8. Are we getting smashed? Is there a smasher? Are we dead? Might be dead. Oh god, my opponent said, man, you're gonna love this. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Oh no, he's got so much mana. 9 Eldrazi. Oh my gosh. I am dead. Huh. Well, of all the ways to lose that game, I can't say I expected it to be an Awaken to Part the Water Veil. I think we should play game 2. That was silly. Fortunately, we have some good sideboard cards here. Big Game Hunter. That's a pretty good one. Lightning Axe. That's a great one. Thoughtseize. Pretty decent. Ancient Grudge. Okay. All right. So I don't have any idea what's the right answer here. This is a weird matchup if I've ever seen one, but kind of sweet. Our opponent's deck is sweet. Flameblade Adept seems kind of bad against all the processors. It depends. Like, do we want to try to grind our opponent out, or do we try to aggro him out? And I don't think we're going to aggro him out with Fatal Pushes and Eldrazi Temples and all that. So I kind of think we want to play the grindy game. So how best to do that here? Okay, I mean, I realistically can't really play all the Ancient Grudges, even though I want to, for the stupid relics. We're not necessarily just a graveyard deck. We're also just a madness deck, right? It's a little different. And the Reunion's actually good for grinding. We do have to cut something, though. The Tempers I think, can go. They were really good in that match, though. The Call of the Netherworld is actually pretty good because anglers seem pretty important. Maybe we just cut all the Flameblade Adepts. Maybe we're just like we're basically playing a madness deck in game 2 rather than a graveyard deck. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. Got another Temper here. I'll give this a shot. I don't know. I like having access to an Ancient Grudge. You know, just because it is what it is, right? It's an answer in the deck, and playing one of answers, you know, obviously playing one ofs in a deck is not recommended. You should never rely on them. Blah blah blah. It's all true. The one time it does kind of make sense to play one ofs is if they're sort of the 5th effect of something. So in this case, right, we're playing 2 of Fiery Temper, and it's not that we're relying on madnessing out Fiery Temper. It's that it's Lightning Bolts 5 and 6. But the thing is, sometimes that rule, you know, the one you have can be more like 2, and you play 2 sideboard cards all the time. So, for instance, in a deck with 4 Faithless Lootings and 4 Burning Inquiries and 2 Cathartic Reunions, you're going to see and you're going to dig through a lot of cards. And in that sense, the Ancient Grudge actually has a lot more value. And our opponent even Thought Scoured us last game. So, you know, it's pretty reasonable that you would have it milled. Even, you know, there's just a lot of ways that having that access to that one of in the deck, even though it's a very low likelihood of drawing it in your opening hand or drawing it off the top of your deck on any given draw, just the fact that it is in your deck, and we went through more than half of our deck last game. You know, that's I think we went down to like 25 cards or something. Just having access to something like that can really change the course of a game, especially when you start talking about the long game and so on. All right, we're going to start by Thoughtseizing our opponent here. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, so Oblivion Sorrow, I love this card. Fatal Push. And we got to get the relic. It's actually not insane. All we have right now going is this Flamewake Phoenix, but I do want to Flamewake Phoenix to Cathartic Reunion here. Problem is I don't know what my next discard would be. Let's see what we draw. And I don't want him to just sit with this thing the whole game, eating away at us as we hit some stuff. All right, so he's got a couple lands, a bunch of removal. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, Thoughtseize down. All right, we're back on the Madness plan. Oh, that helps with that plan. Okay, I guess I'm just Thoughtseizing. Take the Sower. Play the land. Okay. I don't know where we're going from here. We want to draw some lands. This Angler is going to be pretty hard to play, so we may as well just discard it, I suppose. But if we do hit... Gosh, this was so much better when we were just going to throw the Phoenix into our graveyard. Now I'm just going to play the Phoenix, I think. Well, it's the same end result, right? It gets eaten. This is rough. The opponent's got Dismember, Fatal Push, and an Unknown. So we can just play Phoenix. It's just going to get killed. But I guess we at least get a removal spell out of his deck that way. I guess that's fine. Alright, so we have to get a Blood Crypt here. Don't like doing all this damage to myself either, but we need access to double black later, right? Maybe we don't. Maybe I can just get a mountain and we're not going to need double black. Sure, I don't really want to do myself a ton of damage, so... Oh, we have double black anyways. He's got Urborg. Okay, great. I'll act like I knew that all along and have never made that mistake before. So we have plenty of black. So fetching out basic mountain was definitely the right thing to do. Alright, so this forces our opponent to use a removal spell or start getting pinged. And, you know, we're not going to get the graveyard value out of it. So I don't really know what the plan is, but... Did it. We got in for 2. But I do know our opponent's hand is, you know, maybe not the most insane thing ever. Okay, so I think that I just attack. And see what happens here. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. This Angler is pretty bad. This Temper is fine, right? It's a fine magic card in this scenario, but I'm not really sure exactly what we're looking for. And our opponent's going pretty deep here because he could... The thing is, he actually would want to just untap and hit it with the Relic, but we could discard the Cathartic Reunion as part of the cost and circumvent that. The issue here is, okay, so I could discard, say, the Angler in the land and draw 3 new ones. Then we don't really get any value out of the Madness on Temper, which doesn't feel great. So maybe I discard the land and the Temper. That play might be fine. We might, I mean... You never know. We might just end up casting Gurmag Angler this game. Yep. Not really sure what's best here. We could also just play land and say go. I don't think that's good, though. I think we need to do something. So I could discard land, Temper, and just fire it off at his face. I have to figure out what I want to keep up. I guess we do it this way. Yeah, I mean, we may as well take our value. Our graveyard's going to get nuked anyways, so... you know, we may as well ping our opponent here. And we get to draw 3 more and see what we're doing. To form a new plan based on this. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're putting a little bit of pressure on this Relic right now. He might have to pop it. Why is this in our... Oh, you can cast it. It doesn't get exiled. Okay, great. It's even better. Alright, we've been dismembered. Alright, that's fine-ish. Okay, I'll discard the mountain. I think we can put a little pressure on our opponent here. That's pretty decent. I think he actually wanted to respond to that by cracking the relic, because now I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I can't. Could I do it if I looted, though? I'm trying to cast Gurmag Angler and try to get the trigger from the Flamewake Phoenix, which would make my opponent have to crack. So if I looting, I go to a bunch of cards in my graveyard and still have a lot of mana. So I think we'll start with that. We're just trying to get him to crack this so we can play a better game later on. The Lightning Axe is actually pretty good against a lot of the threats he's going to play, and Thoughtseize is Thoughtseize. I don't think Street Wraith matters. Maybe we pitch a Gurmag Angler, because he had to use the Dismember. He doesn't, so he's just got Fatal Push in hand, which isn't going to kill the second Angler we play. Okay, so now I think we angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we need to exile 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so depending on what our opponent drew, this should force him to have to crack. Oh, well, I guess we're just going to need to. Fair enough. I put a lot of work into that line. It did not work out. All right, well, in that case, we may as well just Thoughtseize. Oh, good. It actually does work. We get rid of the Blighthearter here. Okay, so that was my big plan, but, you know, it is what it is. Is he going to crack the Relic? Okay, fair enough. So he's got 2 cards in hand, one of which is a Fatal Push. We have nothing, but you know what? We do have a suspended Gurmag Angler, so that's a thing to keep in mind. Wherever this thing's hiding out here. Burning Inquiry when our opponent has that, huh? I don't think I want to do that. Because I think our opponent's got good cards in hand and is going to play lands to try to get to them. So, all right, so our opponent plays land, and, you know, maybe it's worth it now to do it. I don't know. I can't. How do I find this silly thing? Where's my... Okay, here. It's here. All right, it's got 1 counter, so we get it next turn. So do I Burning Inquiry, huh? I don't think so. I think we just pass. Because if our opponent plays land and still does nothing, then we know he's got gas in hand. Since he did miss a land drop last turn, then we probably Burning Inquiry. But also we're getting our Gurmag Angler back next turn. These have been interesting games. Uh-oh. This is where he processes our... okay. I mean, that's fine, I guess. 3 lands, yeah, have fun. Yeah, we get this Angler back, so, and it's gonna have haste, so that's pretty good. Do another land, huh? Okay. Now let's try to kill Ashiok. Alright, Ashiok down. I feel pretty good about that. Again, I see no reason to do anything here. We have our threat back. It was delayed, but we have our threat back. Our opponent's obviously just got good cards in hand. So, alright, we'll go ahead and attack with the Angler here. Put him down to 8. It's a pretty convenient number considering we're going to play this... The oft-seen hard cast Street Wraith. It does have Swamp Walk, and our opponent does have swamps. Okay, we got there. I think our plan worked out, right? We even fought through this stupid relic. Ashiok's kind of scary, though. I won't lie. Turn 3 Ashiok would be pretty good against us. Not a lot of great answers to that either. Maybe, I mean, this is better on the play than the draw, but maybe it's like fine. Maybe we get rid of the Call to the Netherworld. And a Fiery Temper, maybe? It's so hard to know. Or maybe our opponent won't have a turn 1 relic this game. Almost beat it the first game. Did beat it the second game. We'll see what happens here. Also, I could just have a good hand. I could have some turn 1 4/4s or whatever. This is a pretty decent hand. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but it sets up for a fast angler. A turn 2 angler, as a matter of fact. And then a Phoenix, so... As long as we don't have the turn 1 relic, again, please no. All right, great. All right, we got a shot here. All right, we'll get the Blood Crypt. Let's loot. Oh, Big Game Hunter is nice for later. All right, get rid of the Phoenix and the land. And pass the turn. All right, so this is pretty good. As long as our graveyard stays intact, we're actually going to have a pretty sweet turn 2. Cycled the Hieroglyphic Illumination. Okay, that's fine. I see. So I said we're going to have a sweet turn 2. What's really going to happen is our angler is going to get delayed. I think it's still worth it running it out there, though. Okay, so we can go 1. We could cycle Street Wraith. Okay, that's nice with a Big Game Hunter. All right, so we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the angler's not going to survive. I think we know that for sure. So I think rather than chew up my entire graveyard, I just go a little slower and play this. Because he's just clearly sitting on delay. If I didn't have a turn 1 relic but kept the hand and you know, had that open on turn 2, it's just got to be a delay over there. All right, we'll see if we get punished for this line. I obviously went pretty aggressive with our life total, but I think that's okay. This Ashiok. Yeah, that's not great. I think I'm only going to be able... we'll see here. All right, what got exiled? It's my graveyard. This is my exile too. Oh, and a Bloodghast. Oh, that's cool. If you cast Bloodghast and it dies, though, it can come back to us. It's only to a creature, right? Okay. A lot of options here. Yeah, there are a lot of options here. I can reunion. No, I don't want a reunion. I think I just want to angle. I think I just want to angler. And then, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this Faithless Looting matters. So the question is, do I want to keep up Lightning Axe? I actually think I don't. I think I can just tap out here. All right, so now we move to combat on our turn. We get our Flamewake Phoenix back. And we had to crash into Ashiok for 5. Or 3, rather. When she's at 5. Well, okay, this is fine. Ish. Alright, now there's a Shriek Wraith and a Bloodghast and a Flame Wake Adept over there, and our opponent has a bunch of mana. Alright, this could work out too, though. Yeah, here comes something big. But that's exactly why we've kept the hand we have to deal with whatever the big thing is. It's Blight Herder. Okay, Blight Herder is much better for us to square off against than... and he put some cards back in our graveyards. That's nice. Alright, not that they really are relevant ones. Alright, Angler, huh? Okay, so I think we Cathartic Reunion... I could cast Lightning Axe, discarding Big Game Hunter. This is enough to kill Ashiok. Okay. I think we Lightning Axe the Blight, or we Lightning Axe the Scion, Madnessing out Big Game Hunter. And I could also Cathartic Reunion, discarding Big Game Hunter and land. That's probably better. Then we get to save the Lightning Axe. Well, no, because we want the Lightning Axe to kill one of these. That way, if he double blocks on the Adept, he only has 2 blockers. So he either double blocks the Adept and loses Ashiok to Angler, or he chumps the Angler and then can't double block this, which due to us discarding will have 2 power and will kill Ashiok. Okay, so we're going to Lightning Axe a Scion. Weird game states, but this has been an awesome match of Magic. Alright, so this is exactly why, for instance, we put this Flame Addict back in. Once I saw Ashiok, I knew we needed ways to kill it, but it's also why I have the Big Game Hunter in the sideboard. Yeah, and we get a 1/1 for our troubles. Alright, well, Ashiok is down, so that's pretty nice. So he should just trade with our Adept to at least get something off the board, unless he has big plans for these Scions. Oh gosh, that means he does. Okay, so I could play an Angler, right? I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could not play an Angler this turn. So in that case, I may as well pass. If he's trying to build up towards an Awakened Part the Water Veil, we do have a chump blocker this time around, at least. We did kind of blow our load, so to speak, with our cards on that Ashiok. You know, we no longer have our removal spell, we no longer have our Big Game Hunter. We do have big creatures, and we can try to reload a little bit with Cathartic Reunion, but, you know, not as much value as we could have had. We used a lot of it there, but taking Ashiok off the board, I think, is a worthwhile endeavor. Oh, we've been Oblivion. Oh, gosh, how many cards are in it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, that's so many lands. And this thing has 8 toughness. What kind of creature has 8 toughness? Oh, no. He's making it easier to tough this Gurmak Angler, I guess. Oh, my gosh, that's so much mana. It's not fair. I love Oblivion Server. It's one of my favorite Magic cards, that's for sure. I love that card. Getting people's lands is so sweet. He has so much mana. Cast whatever you want, buddy. He's clearly going for something, too. He's tapping all his mana for a reason. Here we go. Oh, gosh. Who's it got? Oh, no. A Drowner. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that was disgusting. Oh, and the attack. The value attacker. I refuse to block. Okay, well, we still have ways to win the game. Get in with these two. Yep, it's the expected block. Deal 2. Well, I need both the Sower dead. Cast the Angler. All right, so may as well just tap this. So we need to delve 5, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, well, we have another angler. So our opponent has infinite mana. So anything they draw is going to be very good. Anything they have is going to be very good, and they have plenty of cards still. Why do you tap so many? It's not right. Don't do this to me. Not like this. Not like this. This deck is sweet. I want to play this deck. I just want to play Oblivion Sower in Modern. That's all I want. Another Drowner. Okay, well, we're dead. So what you should do here is not attack. You should just do nothing and then sacrifice all Scions at the end of my turn to tap my guys and then swing with both Drowners. I obviously have to take the opportunity to double block or to just trade off here, or we're just dead on board. So, all right, well, let's see what we can do with the reunion here. Yeah, we were just dead on board. Unfortunately, our opponent didn't quite see it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're getting delayed here. Sure, let's get on in. We're pretty much dead on board anyways. Yeah, there's a value relic. The Rub-In relic, as it were. This opponent's deck is awesome. I want to play this. Blue-black processors or whatever. Blue-black Oblivion Sower. Yes, please. Sign me up. Alright, yeah. I mean, we're just incredibly dead on board. Well, our opponent's deck is great. We were able to grind him out in game 2. We almost did in this game. He had the big Eldrazi at the end to turn it around. If we'd had some Thoughtseize late rather than early, or if we'd had... Burning Inquiry or something to mess them up, right? It could have gone a little different, but we got Oblivion Sword and we done lost after that. Oh, that was a great match, though. All right, well, that was a fun one. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Mining Modern.